Today's spooky location is set in a picturesque background with mountain views and natural hot springs. And while travellers from around the world come here for its thrills, many also visit for the dark history that is attached to the hotel. You see, for over a century, guests and staff at Canada's most haunted hotel have complained about paranormal activity. From a room that is now hidden away like a filthy secret after a murder-suicide took place, to a bride that perished and still awaits her true love, there are many tragic ghost stories attached to the place. Hey there, dissectors. Today we are dissecting the dark history and hauntings of Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel in Canada. I will say this for the place: it certainly packs some paranormal punch. Situated in Alberta, Canada, the hotel opened its doors for the first time on June 1st, 1888. Built in a time when the Canadian Pacific Railway, otherwise known as CPR, stretched out towards the west, it was thought that a classy hotel would be needed for all the high-class people travelling the route. Vice President of CPR, a gentleman named William Van Horn, believed that with the fantastic mountain views and natural hot springs, the hotel could be a world-class travel destination. And he was right. The structure for the hotel was originally built of wood, but when a massive fire broke out in 1926, completely gutting the property, it was decided that when it was rebuilt, it would also have a makeover. With this in mind, the new design was loosely based on old Scottish castles that had towers and large stone walls. And with its makeover, it quickly became known by its nickname, the Castle of the Rockies. By the 1930s, it became so popular that royalty and celebrities were regular guests at the establishment. And I have to be honest, when dealing with what life throws at you, I can understand why staying here would be amazing. To take in the scenery of lakes and snow-capped mountains, I'm pretty sure it'd be bliss. So with all that the hotel has to offer its many guests each year, with dog sledding, skating, hiking, river rafting, and so much more, it must be a shock that many horrors have occurred here at this beautiful location, and some of these have left a dark stain that seems to have seeped into the very foundations of the Fairmont Banff Springs Hotel. Let's dissect the events that unfolded in room 873. In this famous room, a family came to stay, but somewhere along the way, things took a very sinister turn. A man murdered his wife and daughter in the room before killing himself. For years, guests who stayed in the room after the tragedy will be awoken in the middle of the night by ghostly screams as the final moments for the two ladies are heard with perfect clarity. Shocked, people would turn on the bedroom light only to find bloody handprints smeared on the mirror in the room. But whenever staff came to wipe away the stains, they would vanish before their eyes. Now, depending on who you talk to, the story also goes that when the bloody handprints are attempted to be cleaned away, they won't come off, and instead leave when they're good and ready. If you visit the floor that the room was on today, you will find it has been bricked up and covered over. Why? Well, some say it was due to renovations, while others believe that the real answer is that the owners don't want the hotel to have a haunted reputation and taint on their image of a murder-suicide taking place on their premises. Whatever the case, the tale is certainly a creepy one. In room 692, guests have complained about a ghost who attacks in the dead of night when you're fast asleep. Many people have experienced the horror of waking up by having their pillows pulled from beneath their heads, or worse yet, getting shoved out of bed by an unseen force. To this day, two questions are often asked: who is haunting the room and why, as no obvious answers spring to mind. And talking about specific rooms, would you believe there is also a secret room inside the hotel? During the construction of the original hotel, an error was made by the contractor, and for some reason, a room with no windows or door was built. I know the room's not haunted, but strange to think about all the same. Not long after the hotel originally opened, a young couple visited and decided that they would like to elope at the hotel. Described as looking beautiful in her flowing white gown, this young bride never got to be a wife. Instead, as she descended the hotel staircase with candles lining the stairs on either side, a tragedy occurred. Some believe she lost her footing and caught her dress on a candle, while others think it was as she walked by an open flame, it made contact with her dress. Either way, the bride became consumed with flames and perished as she fell in a panic down the stairs, breaking her neck. Stories about her ghost date as far back as the 1920s. Guests to the hotel have witnessed her veiled figure gracefully walking down the stairs, with her shadow said to billow out behind her like an ornate gown. Others have witnessed her heartbroken spirit dancing in the ballroom too, as if she's still awaiting her first dance. The bride is seen dancing in her wedding gown, and sometimes the flames can be seen licking at the bottom of the dress as they did before her untimely death. But not all the spirits at the Banff Springs are sad, as one elderly bellhop loved the hotel so much he not only stuck around but still offers a helping hand when he can. In life he was called Sam Macaulay, and he worked there during the 1960s and 70s. People are unsure what happened to Sam, but he is regularly seen in his old uniform helping guests out. For example, there is a tale about two women who had no response from the regular bellhop after waiting for 15 minutes. Deflated and tired, the ladies decided to walk back to their room when suddenly an elderly man appeared matching Sam's description. He not only opened the hotel room door for them, but carried their bags. This gentle soul has helped in other ways too, including turning on room lights. But if you try to talk to Sam or even offer him tip money, he will disappear before your eyes. Now this must be truly shocking to witness, as the ghost of the man is described as being as solid in form as you and me. It is only when he disappears that you discover you've been in the presence of the dead. And while Sam is seen often on the 9th floor, he has also been witnessed on the 6th and 7th floor, creating cold spots, and also walking around his old office on the mezzanine level, which is now a guest room. But other hotel staff also haunt the Fairmont Banff Springs too. If you decide to have a few drinks in the evening, you may discover that one of the bartenders is not who he seems. Staff and guests alike have seen the spirit tell people they've drunk too much and so perhaps should retire to bed. But there is also the very sinister spirit of a bagpipe player who appears before people with no head. How he came to lose his head, no one seems to know. But truthfully though, that would probably not be the question I would have asked if he appeared in front of me in this form. Firstly, how does he play the bagpipes without a head, as you need a mouth to blow air? But also, why the hell would you choose bagpipes? I have strong ties to Scotland, but it's not a subtle, soothing sound, is it? As you can see, my friends, this beautiful hotel hides a lot of tragic memories. And while the hotel may wish them to vanish, it seems the many spirits who have loved and died here just aren't ready to give the place up yet. And with those views, who can blame them? I hope you enjoyed today's episode on Fairmont Banff Springs. What do you think of the haunted history attached to this location? It just goes to show, next time you stay in a hotel, really take a look at the room, the view out of the window, the bathroom, and 9 times out of 10 times a terribly small bath, to the dressing table, and finally bed. What events have unfolded in this room? Did someone celebrate a big event here? Did someone else discover heartbreak? And while sex can often be played out in hotels with either loving couples or secret rendezvous, how many also had relationships end or feel so low in themselves that they wanted to end it all? Hotel rooms are like storybooks. Each holds memories of past guests like whispered secrets. I'm sure you've stayed at a location and had something truly wonderful or terrible happen, and when you think back, the memories of the event flood your mind. Maybe this is why spirits stick around. They just want to play out their stories, to be seen, be heard, be understood. So until next time, as always, stay safe out there.